Hello. I wanted to come to you this Sunday with some information from the Brain Trust and give you some continued tips and tools on managing stress during this pandemic. Today I'm going to talk to you about the power of presence. The word presence is a noun, and the dictionary says that it means a state or fact of existing or being present in a place or thing. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times I find myself not being present, not really being where I am or with the person who's in front of me. So maybe I'm with someone, they're talking, and all I hear is like from the Charlie Brown cartoons, wah, 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 because I'm thinking about something else I need to do or worries that are in the back of my mind. And truly being present means that what you are hearing, what you are seeing, what you are smelling and touching, feeling, it all is right there in the present, in the moment. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today. But I also want to talk to you about the presence of the Holy Spirit. When Jesus went back to heaven, he said that the Holy Spirit was going to be sent to be our great comforter. John 16:17 tells us that Jesus sent the Holy Spirit to be our advocate and our comforter. And John 14:16 tells us that the Holy Spirit will never leave us. That is all wonderful news that we have the Holy Spirit to be a comfort to us when we experience emotions. And now I want to talk about emotional self-regulation. This means that we are monitoring and managing our strong emotions by the use of strategies that help us calm down. So as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about pacifiers and how babies use pacifiers. Well, actually, parents use pacifiers to help calm their babies. And once you give it to a baby, oftentimes it does help them learn to soothe themselves. And this might be an example of early self-soothing or self-regulation. So I want to give you some tips on managing your emotions. One is breathing. So there are breathing exercises that you can do. There are lots of different breathing exercises. If you're not familiar with breathing exercises, I would encourage you to look up, just Google breathing exercises, and you will find a multitude of ones, and find the one that works best for you. I have also found some wonderful apps, and I have several of these apps on my phone. There is one that is free. Actually, there are several that are free, but the one that I use the most that is free is called Insight Timer. And this one has some good meditations and deep breathing exercises you can do in the middle of the day to start your morning off, or to help you fall asleep and really relax your body, to calm the racing thoughts that are in your head. There is another one, it's called Abide, and this one is very similar to Insight Timer, but it is all scriptural and spiritual based. It is an amazing app, and the difference with this one is, like I said, it is scriptural and spiritual based, but there is also a fee to use the Abide app. But it is a fantastic way to start your day, to end your day, to help settle your mind and settle your worries. Another wonderful tip is making sure that you have plenty of healthy food in your diet, lots of water. And I know that sometimes people get sick of hearing they need to drink more water, or they need to have 8 glasses of water a day. But the point of the water is it helps keep your organs flushed out, and it helps keep the toxins flushed out. And when you are under extra stress, you do have extra toxins in your body. So increasing your water intake during this time is very valuable. Also, limiting your alcohol consumption and your caffeine consumption will help with better management of your anxiety and depression if you're experiencing that. Another important one is exercise, and this does not have to mean lifting weights. It does not have to mean going for a 5-mile run. Basically, the important thing to keep in mind with the exercise is that you are increasing your heart rate. So go for a brisk walk. It can be a couple of times a day for short bursts, or go for a 20-minute walk. But try to get at least 20 minutes a day of increasing your heart rate. It can be spread out or all at one time. Another important one is a regular pattern of sleep and rise. And I think that's one that a lot of people have struggled with. I know I really struggled with this at the beginning of the stay-at-home order, but I have noticed that my mental health and my overall wellness has improved since I have went back to my normal rhythms of what time I go to bed, what time I wake up. It is also important that you make sure that you have time for fun in your life. Fun can mean a lot of different things. Watching funny movies, watching funny videos. Some of my favorite things is to go to YouTube and search for funny dog videos, funny baby videos. Those are some of my favorites. And that takes you to laughter and allowing yourself to literally laugh out loud. Feel a good belly laugh. It's very, very good for you. Spending time alone is another tip for managing emotions, and this can sound like an odd one to talk about right now. You may be stuck at home with a lot of people, or you may be stuck at home alone. So if you are stuck at home alone, I encourage you to maybe find someone who you can FaceTime with or do a Zoom call with during your meals, so that you are still getting some interaction with people who you care about and people who care about you. If you are stuck at home with a lot of people, or even just your spouse, it is very important for you to continue to get time alone. So go for a drive, go for a walk, go sit on your porch, and let the person that you are living with know that you need a little time alone. And I would assume they will respect that. And the other thing to keep in mind is work-life balance. And if you are working from home, that might be extra challenging right now because your work is in your house, and so you don't get to walk away from it. If you are someone who has been working from home since way before this started, you may have some great tips for us, and if you do, I personally could benefit from those. So if you could share those in the comments below. The best thing I have come up with to this point is that I have a specific spot where I always do my work, and when that time is done, so at 5:30 when I am done with work, I put that stuff away so it's not on that table, and that does help me a little bit, but I could use some tips on that. So being present in the moment does not mean that you are denying your feelings or your emotions, or that you are stuffing them down, because remember last week I talked about emptying your canister. So it is important that you acknowledge those feelings and acknowledge those emotions and get them out, dump them out. Don't stuff them down. I recently read, I love this. Someone said that they go throughout their day as if they're driving a car. And as different emotions and feelings come up throughout the day, like worries, bad news, sadness, frustration, anger, they put those things in the back seat. And they get to decide who is going to sit up front with them. So let's invite the presence of our great comforter to ride up front with us. Please share your tips in the comments below on how you are managing your feelings and emotions, how you are self-regulating, and how you are doing. Please reach out to myself or any other member of the Brain Trust if you could use some support during this time. Thank you and have a wonderful week.